Hi everyone, my name is Nenad and I'm DevRel Tenderly, the all-in-one Web3 developer platform. We're trusted by the industry leaders and small teams as well as solo developers who find our platform very helpful. I'll be judging the bounties together with my awesome teammate Vanya. As you probably know by now, we have two bounty programs for this year. The first one focuses on our new Web3 gateway. It's a production-ready node supporting the standard JSON RPC endpoints, as well as some custom ones. For the bounty, we would love to see you build an app that integrates Tenderly Web3 Gateway to access mainnet or supported test networks. We'll consider several judging criteria for this bounty. First of all, we want to see the Web3 Gateway integrated within your application. Next, we'd love to see you use the Web3 Gateway to deploy and use the app on one of the supported networks. So it's Ethereum mainnet, Goerli, or Sepolia. After those two criteria, we'll be judging the potential impact of the idea, and lastly, how unique the idea is and how much effort you had put into it. For the second bounty, we wanted to make use of Transaction Simulator via the Simulation API. Tenderly's Simulation API enables you to run transaction simulations programmatically. You can use the simulator in your dApp and do simulations of any of the supported networks, and you can find the networks on our website and docs. We'd love to see you build a dApp that integrates Tenderly simulations. So you would simulate a transaction and use the simulation result to determine if the transaction should be sent to the chain or discarded if it fails, and also discarded if it results in undesired ways. The simulation result itself contains state changes, emitted events, call trace of the direct and internal transactions, and so on. This is all the information that you can use within your solution. The goal is to minimize the occurrence of failed transactions and avoid transactions with undesired results from the user's point of view. You can approach this task in two ways. The first way is to build a UI that lets the user decide if transaction should be sent to the chain based on the simulation results that you show to the users. The second approach would be to build a programmatic decision-making process that automatically discards transactions that don't fit the criteria specific to your dApp, and of course informs users about it. For example, we can do a better swap. That would be a criteria that automatically discards a transaction. The judging criteria for the first approach is whether the UI includes all the relevant information about the transaction's potential execution and allows the user to make an informed decision whether or not to approve or discard sending the transaction to the chain. You should also be able to demonstrate the reduction of both failed and undesired transactions by providing examples of such transactions. You can provide examples in a demo video or in a README file in the Git repository, so we could evaluate. For the second approach, and that is the programmatic discarding of undesirable transactions or transactions that are about to revert, we want to see the following. First, a written criteria of what desirable transactions are. So, or in other words, what undesirable transactions are. Second, programmatically discarding those undesirable transactions with undesirable effects. Third, informing the users through the UI or any sort of interaction with the user that the transaction was automatically rejected, and also showing the information about what led to rejection. And finally, providing an example of a failing transaction whose failure is avoided and of a succeeding but undesirable transaction that gets automatically discarded. Again, you can provide these examples either in a recording or as a transaction object in your README. In either case, it would be awesome to see a mechanism to calculate and display suggestions for transaction inputs so that the transaction gets desirable results. This is a bonus, so to speak. You can find all the resources you need to help out with your bounties on our website, in our docs, and on our blog. You'll have our team at your disposal during the main event and during the hackathon. And also feel free to reach out via Twitter or our Discord. Good luck.